So Peter asks a good question here in the channel on the subject of Bitcoin here. Don't we need regulatory clarity for Bitcoin to the moon? I think the market is waiting for the election. The nice thing about Bitcoin is that I think we've already gotten the clarity on it. It's by all accounts not considered a security, where the question in mind for all other cryptos except for Bitcoin is this a security? And does this pass or fail the Howey test? What's been interesting to me is like kind of how the SEC has glossed over Bitcoin as being included in that category. And I think that's why I'm typically pretty bullish on Bitcoin relative to other cryptocurrencies, because it really does kind of just fit into its own category. That said, I don't know that it's regulatory clarity that's required for Bitcoin to moon from here. I think it's some of the other fundamentals that we've discussed. We just need another catalyst to push retail investors into the space.
Right. I've noticed this thing where I had always used the US dollar as a precursor for, or as a leading indicator for Bitcoin. Inverse correlation between them. And recently, I don't know if you found the same thing, I'm finding the other way around, that Bitcoin is a leading indicator for the dollar. So Bitcoin will come down and be like, hey, but the dollar is still, the Dixie is still falling. And then, the next day or the 2 days afterwards, the dollar has bounced. And if that's the case now, Bitcoin, if that stays long term, that would indicate that Bitcoin is becoming far more of a staple now within the global financial structure than I have any idea of. Yeah, I don't know if it's smaller players and institutional players, and they're the ones who are highly affected by global liquidity, and then they're expressing that first inside of the crypto space, and that's why we're seeing it before the dollar. But this bounce in the dollar that we just had in the last couple of days was presaged by the drop in Bitcoin. And I would not have expected that. I don't like that because it completely flips all my indicators and I have to like change them all. And what I want is to predict Bitcoin. I don't want to predict the dollar. I'm not a pairs trade. I don't trade the US dollar. I want to trade crypto, but I'm not sure what to do with that.